Hello, everybody on Facebook. I am going to share this. So while we're talking here, right before we get started, I am going to share this. Oh, I see you. Like I can see this. Yay.
Yay, here we are.
All
I
right.
love it.
I want to share to groups. So I'm going to put it in the Tag Talks group. There we go. So, all right. So, hello, everyone. I'm Raul Lopez Jr., founder of Tag Talks. TAG stands for Transparency, Acceptance, and Growth. And I have Paty Johnston today. She spoke at one of our events. She did amazing. She came up and she talked about procrastination. And she's going to tell you, and I'm going to let her introduce herself to you. But in short, she helps people get over procrastination. And Paty, you know this, so that you put together this program for you, and then I think it worked excellent for you, and then now you're helping other people with it. And that's what I love, is when we are passionate about something that we overcome ourselves, and then we want to help other people because we don't want them to go through the pain, in short, that we go through, right? That's what TAG is all about, and you already know that. You've come out and joined us. So
Yes.
in short, let me just ask you, why are you so passionate about helping people overcome procrastination?
Yes, 100%. So thank you, Raul, for having me here. You
Yeah.
know how much I admire you. And so it's just so cool to be here because I am very passionate about helping my fellow procrastinators. I was actually born a procrastinator myself. And, now it sounds funny, but reality is that was a big blockage for me in my life. Like my favorite word back then was tomorrow. Oh, I'll do it mañana. Oh my goodness, next week. Oh no, next month for sure. And every year was like, no, this is my year. I'm gonna do everything I didn't do last year or the past 10 years.
Yeah.
And it sounds funny now, but reality is I was feeling very I was down on myself because I knew, like I had this much potential. And even though I knew exactly what to do, I was not doing it. So I
Yeah.
was in this like downward spiral of like, I feel bad because I'm not doing things. So I do less. And because I do less, then I feel worse. So it was like, oh my goodness, I have to do something about it. And then I discovered that procrastination is not linked to lack of time. We all have time,
Yeah.
but procrastination is directly linked to emotion.
I'd say we just go for it. Continue to tell us who you are and about. I really am interested in how procrastinating is connected to an emotion, because I'm big on emotions and expressing them. So just please continue.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So, I came to the US many years ago and I came as a single mom. So I grew up thinking there was something wrong with me because, I was very forgetful and very disorganized. And I decided that I needed to address the real reason of procrastination. And I discovered that in my case, it was a lot of fear.
Mm,
Fear of success, fear of failure, very overwhelmed because I knew the many things I needed to do, but I didn't even know where to start.
yeah. Yeah.
So I decided, I'm going to take 30 days for me and see
Mm,
what happens. So during those 30 days, my life completely changed. And then I started taking action. I created a system that helped me get unstuck. So I decided to open up my own business.
mm.
A little Colombian single mom with dyslexia and ADD, attention deficit disorder. But I opened up my own business with $2,000.
Oh, wow.
And I was able to sell it 18 months later for $500,000.
Wow, that's powerful. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I always wonder, can you imagine if I had not taken the step of opening up my own business?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if I had procrastinated on myself?
Yeah.
So I then opened up my second business in real estate. And people were like, Paty, oh, you're too disorganized. Who knows if you're gonna do well? And out of 44,000 realtors back then in Tampa, Florida, I was in Tampa,
Uh,
I got ranked number 10 in
wow.
my first year.
Outstanding.
So I was thinking, oh my goodness, my system works.
Mm,
And I started sharing it with people. And it happens that it's been proven that procrastination is the biggest enemy of success.
yeah.
And I found the solution. So I'm just so grateful because when people come to me, they're sometimes lost or they know they can do more. They didn't not even know how to start. So I am just very passionate about helping people grow.
That's awesome. It's amazing. I know I've heard your story before, and it's really great. It could be, and when we've talked a few times before you came over to the tag event, and I know that we have a lot in common in regards to that. Like I'm very disorganized myself, right? I can, I'm like, what do they say? Like shoot and then aim. Like I'll just do something. If I get an idea, I just do it, right? And other people are like, wait,
Yeah.
we have to plan, we got to set up, we got to do this, we got to do that. And I go, no, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
do it. And sometimes that non-planning does catch up, and I think, oh, okay, I got to go back now and I got to catch up. But
Yeah.
the thing
Yeah.
is, procrastination is a lot of people want to take the 10 steps before they actually take action. And then because of its 10 steps, they
Yes.
don't do anything with it, right? So for
Yes.
me, I've always been the
Yes.
type to just start. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to
Yes.
start, and then I'll figure out what I got to do to catch up. But at least I'm going to start. Right? That's kind of how I am.
Yes, totally. And I don't know if you knew, but actually there are 5 styles of procrastination.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't. Tell me.
They look very different from one another. So one is perfectionist.
Uh,
It's like, oh, I'm not gonna do it until it's really, really good, and
yeah.
then maybe next time. And the perfectionist never takes steps.
Right.
And the perfectionism comes out of fear of being judged or
Right.
fear of
Yeah.
being wrong.
Mm.
And then the other style, which probably you can relate to this used to be, oh my goodness, so much me, is the daredevils. So
Oh.
the daredevils are the ones that if you have a test or a project that you need to do in 30 days,
Uh,
when do you do it?
the day before.
The night before, of course. If you have, I used to have appointments that I knew was like 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
I would leave the house like 20 minutes before. I'm like, no,
Hey,
yes, I'm gonna make it. Yes. And
yeah.
it was
Yeah.
like level of stress was so high.
Yeah.
So it's very different from the perfectionist.
Yeah.
Or I know a lot of these, the chickens, we call it. And these are people that are very, very busy. It's like, Patty, I'm not a procrastinator, I'm a doer.
Yeah.
But chickens tend to do the easy parts
Hmm.
and avoid the most challenging ones.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
even though they seem to be doers and active, they don't achieve much. These
Okay.
are the people that are like, oh my goodness, I had a long day, I was so busy, but I didn't achieve much.
No production.
So they're
Yeah.
like, no productive.
Yeah.
So, it's super interesting to me because we all look different,
Yeah.
but the consequences are the same.
Yeah.
And is not really achieving what you know in your heart you're supposed to be achieving.
Right.
So it's just fascinating. And it's not only on work,
Yeah.
like it's obvious, that's very obvious. But we can procrastinate on our health,
Yeah.
not exercising
Yeah.
or not eating healthy or finances, like spending more than we should, procrastinating on, I've had clients that are like, oh, I haven't looked at my finances in such a long time. I
Yeah.
don't know if I'm losing or earning money, but I just, and it's, avoidance. It's
Yeah.
part of
Yeah.
procrastination.
Yes.
And did you know that you can procrastinate on relationships as well?
Uh-huh. Okay.
It's like, oh, I need to have that conversation. And,
Uh-huh.
oh, this is so bad, but I'm still delaying it. So
Yeah.
it's just fascinating because you can actually end up procrastinating on yourself. So
Wow.
that's,
You
I'm
know
so
what?
passionate.
I'm sure your course is amazing because I'm sure you jump into all of that. As you're talking, it made me think. I often talk about taking action and making things a must. But and the example I'll give you right now, I'm thinking about it and I'm going, that's procrastination also. The example I always give is how we wait till the last minute to do things that are like
Yeah.
painful for us, right?
Yeah.
But
Right.
if we don't do them, then it's going to be even more painful, right? So when we get down to
Yes.
the last second, we hurry up and do it. So we're like creating this chaos in our life and all this emotional anxiety and all of these things. And then we finally do it and we go, oh, I should have done that last month. An example I always give is like taxes. And when people that do their own taxes, do their taxes, same thing, like you said, on the test, they do it the night before, right? And they're trying to hurry
Yes.
up, because it's such
Yes.
a pain in the butt to do your taxes but you have to
Yes.
do it, right? So it's painful to do it, but it's more painful if you miss the deadline.
Yes, exactly. And get a penalty.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
it just becomes a bigger problem when you can
yeah,
address it before. But again, it's all about emotions.
yeah,
It's all about avoidance of the pain of having to do something that you don't want to do.
yeah.
So instead, you kind of protect yourself from that pain and then shied away from it. But you said it, the consequences are worse than the actual pain, initial pain.
All right, cool. So, okay, so tell us a little bit more about your course. I know that when you came and spoke at the event, you got a few people that loved what you were teaching and talking about from stage, and I know they joined your program, and I'm sure they're excited and they're doing better and not procrastinating. So, tell us a little bit about your course, so that the people watching or listening will find more interest, and tell us a little bit about results that you've gotten from some of your clients.
Yeah, so I just love when people come to me because they're like, oh, Paty, yeah, so I'm procrastinating this and that. But it's not about this surface. You start like looking and see what's the root of the procrastination. And that's why the program works, because this is not, oh, buy a planner or just to do a to-do list.
Yeah.
This is what we've been told our whole lives.
Mhm.
But the reason really is deeper than that, is based on emotions. So once you find the real reason of what you procrastinate, is only then when you can actually change it for good.
Mm.
So it's fascinating to me because sometimes people come with like, oh, it's not too bad. And then it's like, oh my goodness, I had not realized the effect this is having in my life.
Wow.
So basically, the first week that I talked to, in my courses, we talk about the why behind it, the emotions
Yeah.
behind it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it could be childhood trauma,
Right. Right.
of things that were told to you when you were just growing up,
Yeah.
or even adult trauma that you just want to avoid pain. So that's one. Second, we talk about how to take action, overcoming negative emotions. So I'm very passionate about emotional intelligence.
Okay, good.
And I don't know if you know this, but we grew up saying, "Oh my goodness, if you have an high IQ, then you're super intelligent, and obviously you're going to be successful." But it's actually been proven that EQ, emotional intelligence,
Uh,
instead of IQ, it's the 85% of success come from EQ instead of
ah,
IQ.
wow, I didn't know that. Well, and I studied
Yes.
intelligence, I mean emotional intelligence and expressing emotions and all that, but I didn't know that. So that's fascinating. I'm gonna use that. That's
Yes,
good.
do. Because you see a lot of very intelligent people on paper
Mhm.
that really don't know how to manage difficult situations.
Yeah.
And so that's what I specialize on, emotional intelligence. So I put together emotional intelligence with goals
Mhm.
and
And
accountability.
accountability. There you go.
Because you and I, I've done it so many times. It's like, if no one knows I'm gonna do this, and if I don't do it, oh well, I feel
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
bad, but
Yeah.
at least
Yeah.
but here is, you cannot hide.
Yeah.
If you tell me, Paty, I'm going to walk every day, let's say for 30 minutes, you need to send me a text message with the picture of your
Uh,
tennis shoes
yeah.
by the park saying,
Yeah.
"Hey, Paty, I'm starting." And then 30 minutes later, "Hey, Paty, I'm finishing."
That's
So
good. Accountability.
you cannot hide from me.
Yeah, yeah. That's powerful. That's good. And it makes people do it.
Yeah.
And I know somebody else who does similar with their coaching programs. And a lot of the clients in the beginning, they get mad, right? Because it's like, oh, now I really have to do this. And they get upset. And it's like they're only
Yes,
upset with
yes,
themselves because they're like, man, I committed to this, I paid for this. Now I have to do
yes.
it. And they get mad.
I have to do it.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. But the beautiful thing is, and this is like, it's crazy, in 2 or 3 days, 2 or 3 days, their whole life, their faces start changing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I can do this. Oh, the taxes that I've been avoiding for 3 years,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did it. Oh, a lot of people come to me, and I have an online course, and they come because they have not finished their online course. It's
Yeah.
like, Patty, I've been doing an online course for 2 years and I haven't completed it.
Yeah.
And, they have this dream and it never came to reality because they didn't take the time to actually do it.
Right.
So a lot of people come to me to finish their course in 30 days.
Mhm.
And so I am like a proud mom, like
Yeah.
when I see it's like, Patty, I opened my business, Patty. I have a lot of coaches that come to me
Uh-huh.
and they're like, oh, I'm struggling with my coaching because I have a great coach myself and I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And
Yeah.
then we work on the emotional part. They start taking action and they start making money,
That's
which
great. I
is,
love it. You know,
yes,
that what you're talking about, I think is really important for all coaches, honestly. And I talk about it sometimes in a different format, right? With the stuff that I offer. And it's like
yeah,
we sell people what they want and we give it to them, right?
yeah,
But we give them what
yeah,
they need. We give them what they need. And
right,
that's the emotional side of things, right? The understanding,
yeah,
you said earlier, the core. What is the core of why you are procrastinating? And when you get to
yes,
that, you open that up, then you can figure things
yes,
out, right? And then, like you said, in just in a couple of days, their faces change. And what we know from that is because when we accomplish something, there's a chemical release that feels good. We're like, wow, I did it.
yes,
And that's
yes,
what
I can do it.
yeah, and it's like even if it's, and I heard this years ago. I've been in self-development for a long time, and I heard this years ago, and somebody said, even just making your bed in the morning. Like if you don't make your bed, make
Yes,
your bed in the morning,
yes,
and that'll be the first thing you'll start your day with an accomplishment and watch what happens, how
yes,
you feel. And it's really
yes,
crazy how those little things that you actually do them that you don't want to, you're fighting and you're mad, but you actually do
yes,
it
yes,
triggers this emotion of wow, I did it, of
yeah,
success, and then it can get bigger and bigger and bigger. So there's so
yes.
much involved with procrastination, and I've never even thought about it until we're talking right now. That's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful. Actually, I've had students that come to me and they text me a picture of their bed.
Uh-huh.
And they take me a picture of themselves being with having makeup, for example, with
Uh-huh.
ladies that have work from home and they're like, Patty, I just don't take a shower sometimes,
Uh-huh.
and I just feel bad about myself and I look
Yeah.
at the way I'm looking and I'm like, not
Yeah.
anymore. Show me a picture of your bed, show me a picture of you being
There you
ready,
go.
show me a
Yeah.
picture of you exercising.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's like if somebody was going to hold your hand. For me, it's just really beautiful experience with each person that comes to me.
I love it. I love it.
Yes,
The best coach, in my opinion, the best coaches are the people who have lived it, survived it, and come through that fire. And now they're teaching other people, and that's who you are. So that's wonderful. All right. So
yes.
we're gonna wrap this up. Just give me your final thoughts, and then if you're on the Facebook, you can drop in a link there. If you want to drop it into this Zoom, I can copy it also and paste it into mine. But
Yes.
let's let everybody know how they can contact you, and we'll put your link into the groups and everywhere else, either when we hang up right now or as we talk right here. Okay, there we go. We got it.
Yes, because we have some good news, right, Raul?
Yes.
We have some absolutely amazing news, and it is that I am going to be having a webinar, free, FREE, free webinar this coming Thursday, June 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be a 1 hour webinar where I'm going to be telling my own 3 secrets of how I started with procrastination on my journey of procrastination. How did I become so successful in such a short period of time? A single mom, ADD with no money, everything against me, and I did it. And the beautiful thing is, if I did it, anyone can. So I'm just going to be sharing these principles of procrastination. The 5 types, we only talked about 3 types. So I'm going to be talking about the 5 types of
Good.
procrastination. So come and join us this coming Thursday, June 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The registration link is there. I'm going to share it, and I'm sure you'll share it
Yeah.
as well. You just go and register. Again, it's completely free, and then we'll hang out for 1 hour. I'm gonna tell you how to overcome procrastination, and we'll just talk about fun stuff and
All
how to
right.
be better and how to achieve things.
Excellent. Well, I just put the link in my personal and in the group, so people, anybody watching on Facebook can join on Thursday. So 5 p.m. PST. Oh, you said 7 p.m. EST. So that's 4 p.m.
Yes, so 4 p.m. PST and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Perfect. And Patty's going to give some amazing tips on how to stop procrastinating. So make sure you guys jump in there. There's a free Zoom link in the comments, and we will see you guys on Thursday. All right, Patty, anything else before we go?
No, I'm super excited. Do not miss it. We're going to be there. There's a lot of great stuff. Many of my own students have transformed their lives, and their first step has been just to join the webinar, free webinar. So do not miss it.
All righty, cool. All right, Patty, thanks so much. I will see you on Thursday afternoon.
Yes, sounds like a plan.
All right,
See you
bye-bye.
then, Raul. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.